From The National, this is Trending Middle East. I'm Yasmin AlTaher. It's Wednesday, July 9th. Here are today's headlines. Forced displacement of Palestinians is back in the spotlight as Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu visits Washington. His defense minister, Israel Katz, has proposed that a prison-like, quote, humanitarian city, unquote, is built in Gaza. It's a proposal that's garnered backlash. Israel's plans to push Palestinians to live in harsh conditions in Rafah, southern Gaza, have come under widespread attack by officials and activists. They describe the proposed zones as concentration camps. Katz said he instructed the army to work on a proposal to, quote, concentrate, unquote, Palestinians in Gaza in a so-called humanitarian city built on the ruins of Rafah. The National's AlTaher reports.
There is a huge backlash against Israel's defense minister's plan to, quote, concentrate Palestinians in Gaza in a so-called humanitarian city. The plan, Israel Katz said, will eventually include the entire population of the Gaza Strip. That's 2.2 million people. Of course, social media has exploded with criticisms, especially after Israeli media used the word concentration and camp in their headlines. Palestinians and Israelis alike said this treatment of Palestinians constitutes a war crime and likened this treatment of people to the treatment of cattle.
The plans would affect all 2.2 million people in Gaza. They'd include screening civilians to ensure they're not members of Hamas. Israel has been increasingly cracking down on the UN and its agencies, preventing them from operating in Gaza, while propping up the controversial US-backed Gaza Humanitarian Foundation. The GHF has been accused of shooting at civilians trying to obtain aid.
This is all happening against the backdrop of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's trip to Washington and talks in Doha that would supposedly bring a ceasefire to Gaza soon after nearly 2 years of bombardment.
The Houthi rebels in Yemen have stepped up their attacks on commercial vessels in the Red Sea. 2 crew members of a Greek-operated bulk carrier were killed in an attack by sea drones and speedboats off Yemen. That's according to a delegation from Liberia at a meeting of the UN shipping agency. The Eternity Sea is the name of the Liberia-flagged vessel that was attacked on Monday evening off the coast of Hodeidah. It was the second Red Sea attack in 24 hours after a recent period of relative calm. It came after Sunday's attack on a Greek-operated ship, also in the Red Sea. A UAE rescue mission brought the 22 crew members of the ship to safety. The National's Maxwell reports.
A UAE rescue of all 22 crew aboard a stricken commercial vessel which came under attack in the Red Sea on Sunday marked a dramatic end to 6 months of relative calm in what is one of the world's busiest shipping routes. A spate of Houthi attacks on ships travelling in the Red Sea in 2023 and 2024 had caused major disruption to shipping, particularly between Europe and Asia.
The Houthi rebels claimed responsibility for Sunday's attack. The Kurdistan Workers Party, or PKK, will begin the process of disarming with a ceremony this week. That's according to sources who spoke to The National. The ceremony will include the burning of weapons instead of handing them over to authorities, the sources said. The PKK has waged a decades-long insurgency in Turkey, but it announced in May that it would disarm and disband in response to calls from jailed leader Abdullah Öcalan that was part of a peace process with the Turkish state. The group is designated a terrorist organization by Ankara, the US, and the European Union. The ceremony is expected to take place in Sulaimaniya in Iraq's semi-autonomous Kurdish region on Friday. It'll be the first concrete step by the group towards disarmament, even though it's largely ceremonial and a gesture of goodwill. That's all for this morning's headlines. You can get these stories and follow our live coverage at our site. And we want to hear from you. Tell us what you think of our podcasts by filling out a short survey. You can find the link in the description of this episode. Yasmin AlTaher, The National.